What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon. And I'm not going to lie to you, I totally thought that these Riddler Khu videos would be, like, monthly. They're starting to become, like, weekly. So, thanks, Riddler Khu, for keeping us, well informed on these games. God knows the Pokemon Company's not, so let's dive in with some more Riddler Khu leaks. Before we get into them, obviously, spoiler warning, get out of the video if you don't like leaks, if you're waiting on the official reveals, this one isn't for you. Okay, now, getting into this theme for this month, Riddler Khu does like a theme for each month. It is on the characters, and so he began today by posting a picture of all of the Johto Gym Leaders. There's 10 of them because you include, the Johto that you visit in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They've switched out Koga for Janine, and they have switched out Giovanni for Blue. So, because of that, you have 10 Gym Leaders, and he says Titan Gym Leader types 40%. So I'm assuming he is saying that 40% of what you're seeing here of these gym leaders, their typings are reused in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, if you look, there are clearly, like I said, 10 people, so that means that 40% of them is 4 of them, so there will be 4 types from the Johto Gym Leaders used. Now, we've already seen a Grass Gym, and we've already seen what looks to be a Fire Gym, and what looks to be a Ground Gym, so I think that we can assume that Grass, Fire, and Ground will be represented, so that would be Erica, Giovanni, and Blaine on here. And then, because Grass and Fire are there, I'm just going to go ahead and say Water. We've, of course, had it in the past where that wasn't the case. We had only a Grass Gym Leader in Kalos, but the Fire and Water types were reserved for Elite Four members. So, it's possible it's not Water type, but I'm just going to guess Water type here. That's my guess. Let me know your guesses in the comments below on all this stuff. He then puts up a picture of the Johto Gym Leaders, and there are 8 of those, and he says Titan Gym Leader types 50%. So, again, 50% of 8 is 4, so he's saying 4 of these Gym Leader types will be used here. So, I think we can, by this, debunk a Dark or Fairy Gym Leader, which is pretty neat because there's been a Fairy Gym Leader in Kalos, and there's been one in Galar, so maybe, let's say, Fairy for something else, Fairy can sit back and have a little break. Is a little upsetting to see no Dark type Gym Leader. Again, I loved Pierre's, I would have liked another Dark Gym Leader, but anyway, so 4 of these characters will be used. Now, Khu seemingly last month hinted at a Ghost type Gym Leader, because he talked about the singer and their soul or whatever, soul or soulless, something to that effect. And so I'm assuming Morty is one of those. And then there's 3 more on here. Let me know what you think they are. I would imagine Dragon, because they... imagine Dragons. I didn't do that on purpose. That's funny. So, I would imagine Clara is represented for one, because they really like to do Dragon Gym Leaders. And then just if I had to do my personal picks, I would say Faulkner, Flying type, and Price, Ice type. I would love those types for our Gym Leader types. That would in total be Grass, Fire, Water, Ground, Ghost, Dragon, Ice, Flying, not necessarily in that order. Now, speaking of order, someone asked him if this was in order, and he said no. And the fact that he said they're not in order kind of makes me think that, how do I put this? Gyms probably won't be playable in any order. I know that's upsetting. I would have really liked that, but it's still going to be an open world game. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I assume by him saying not in order, is kind of confirming that there is an order of gyms. Now, that's not 100% concerned, so if you still need to hold on hope to that, you go right ahead and hold on to that hope. Now it gets more interesting. He then goes on to talk about how he has teased one of the new gimmicks of Titan of Scarlet and Violet. And now this is crazy interesting because he's implying there's multiple gimmicks in these games. And now that's just wild because we typically only get one gimmick, or, it kind of depends on what you define as a gimmick, because Sun and Moon did give us regional variants as well as Z-moves. Z-moves is kind of what people think of as the gimmick, but I guess you could say regional forms is like a new kind of gimmick thing that they came up with. It's all about how you define it. And he goes on to talk about how he's already revealed the regional fakes, which is another new concept, but more like officially teased memes. So do with that information what you will. We did previously speculate on what we think these regional fakes could be, so if you want to check out that video, you're more than welcome to do that. I encourage it, in fact. Then he also says that one of the gimmicks used in Gen 9 was already teased, and that nearly all of the important NPCs will use it in the game, which, definitely like the sound of that. I want characters to use the gimmick. That it's not fair if only I'm using it. So he then says the flag thing, which I'm guessing is referring to the shot of these two flags from the previous trailer, is a new system, though I haven't teased anything about it yet. You could also guess how many types that thing is going to have. So I'm assuming races. That's just my initial thought. It will be races, maybe as like a pre-gym challenge. I don't know. And he's saying you can already guess how many types that thing is going to have. Now, there's two ways to look at it. We could say 8 because we could say it's paired with each gym. Or I could see it being a thing of like 5 for like the different terrains, or 4 for the different terrains. There's climbing, there's just traditional like land travel, like kind of like just what Weird Ear does. Then there's flying, and there is surfing. So, maybe 4 of them, maybe 5. I don't know. We'll see. Very excited to see about that. And then he closes off today by saying, an open world game needs to involve tons of new systems, gimmicks, concepts, and other things to do. Or play what? Do you mind the official being Riddlers themselves for trailer 1 too? So he's saying these concepts were kind of riddled at by the Pokemon Company themselves in the first and second Scarlet and Violet trailer. And he says basically there's a lot of new systems and gimmicks and concepts, so, and then other things. So very exciting. It definitely seems like this game has a lot to offer. I think he was a little pessimistic about Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, which a lot of people were pessimistic about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I was pessimistic about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. But to see him so kind of upbeat about how much there is in these games, it is a little encouraging. Obviously, that's all, up to his opinion, so we'll see. But it definitely is encouraging to hear, in my opinion. On that note, before we close off, just want to say, probably getting a trailer this week, apparently. Tons of people are talking about it, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll drop usually, there's a first time for everything, but usually trailers drop at 9 a.m. EST. That's my time. I'm on the East Standard Time area, but it drops about 9 a.m. my time, so you can figure out what that is for your time. But yeah, be checking every day, Sarah B, the Pokemon channels, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff on those times each day this week. Now, we're going to close the video off here, but on that note of a trailer, we of course will be covering that trailer when it does drop, so be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, because let's face it, you don't want to miss out on that. This was entertaining, right? You were entertained. You don't want to miss out on that. Until next time, I'll see all of you later.